Um, Hello everyone. I'm Ningjing Tang and I'm from Carnegie Mellon University. Today I'm presenting a work, AI Failure Cards, Understanding and Supporting Grassroots Effort to Mitigate AI Failures in Homeless Services. This work is a joint effort with my collaborators from local community organizations, also CMU Human Computer Interaction Institute and Machine Learning Department. First to provide some background, AI-based decision support tools have been used in many high-stakes contexts, such as predictive policing, child welfare predictive assessment, as well as housing allocation. However, many AI tools have failed to support their targeted communities. Over the years, there are a lot of national debates and public outcry erupted over bias and harmful outcomes caused by these tools. These harmful outcomes are often direct result of limitations or failures inherent to those AI systems. So our study is grounded in a case of a housing allocation program, which has been deployed in a US county for more than 3 years. It is a type of predictive assessment tool that prioritizes housing resources for people experiencing homelessness. So I will go over this the process of this predictive tool with everyone. First, the assessment begins with county staff verifying applicant eligibility. So this is followed by an algorithm we call HAA here, which uses personal data from the county's warehouse to predict how likely the applicant will experience the following 3 situations if they remain unhoused over the next 12 months. More than 4 emergency room visits based on healthcare utilization data, at least 1 mental health inpatient funded by Medicaid, and at least 1 jail booking. Then the applicants are being put on the wait list based on this predictive score. So basically, the higher the score, the more potential the applicant will get housing support. So prior works actually have presented how the housing allocation program may fail. For example, some frontline workers pointing out that the proxies used in these predictive tools fail to capture an individual's vulnerability. Also, a lot of unhoused individuals felt harmed as they have to prove that they are eligible for housing support to the algorithm. Recognizing those failures, we recognized the importance of understanding grassroots-based mitigation strategies, and hence we proposed 2 main goals for this study. First, we want to communicate AI failures to those impacted communities in a way that's understandable. Also, we aim to elicit their current mitigation practices and desires. We grounded the study in the case of HAA and developed our method, AI failure cards. So what is this method? This is a method that we introduced to cultivate critical AI literacy by making a series of common AI failures visible and understandable for impacted communities. We iteratively co-designed the method with 2 service providers as representatives of the impacted communities. They work closely in the same local community organization and interact with both HAA and local homeless communities regularly. In total, we developed 3 sets of artifacts, and we conducted 8 workshop sessions with using the failure cards with impacted community members. So what is the failure cards? I'll walk you through what the process of a workshop study. And the first, we use onboarding cards to walk our participants through the overall workflow of HAA. The onboarding card is based on the information upon detailed technical reports published by the county about how HAA works. They served as a foundation to help study participants gain a quick and basic understanding of this algorithm. And then we presented the failure cards 1 by 1 to the participant. After reading each card, we asked them to share what their thoughts and experiences related to the failure cases they see. So what does the failure card look like? We designed the failure cards with our community collaborators. We have the 2 community collaborators collected 45 perceived failure cases they see in their everyday life about how they see the algorithm may fail. And then we'll find out that the perceived failure cases map well onto 7 sets of recurring failures. Finally, we translated the 7 failures of HAA into 7 synthetic cases, that is personal stories, with our community co-authors, and presented those cases via comic boarding. This is an example of failure card. Each card contains 4 panels, centering around how a specific type of AI failure has harmed an unhoused individual. This is an example of our failure card describing the recurring failure of target construct mismatch. Target construct mismatch is a common flaw that describes the proxies used for predictions are problematic. In this synthetic case, Charlie has long been dealing with mental health issues, but they refuse to go to psychiatric hospital for their traumatic experience. Then Charlie was mistakenly predicted at a low risk, as they don't have psychiatric hospital visit records. Finally, we used the mitigation cards to help participants brainstorm. These mitigation cards contain a short description of potential mitigation strategies. We developed these mitigation cards along with our community collaborators, but we also encourage them to create their own mitigation cards. So we have 22 participants participate in 8 workshop sessions with homeless people who had experienced homelessness, frontline workers, and as well as local policy advocates. The in-person workshop sessions are conducted in a local church in a room provided to us by the respective church. So what did we find?
30 seconds.
Okay, so I'll go over the findings over quickly. We find out that actually our participants understand those AI failures and interpret them in a lot of creative ways. When reading the story of Charlie, a participant mentioned that there are a lot of Charlies and share similar experiences they have seen and experienced. Also, we identify a set of mitigation strategies that's based on grassroots practice. Some frontline workers mentioned that when they see the assessment score is not correctly representing the individual's vulnerability, they will direct them to other services rather than relying on this AI-based assessment tool. Also, they mentioned there are a lot of community network building efforts that's going on, as well as they are actually develop an alternative assessment tool to contest the AI failures. There's also some very creative reimagination about how this system can be better, or should we rely on AI to describe an individual's vulnerability? So,
can we end it there? That's a great place to end it.
Yeah. So that's all for my presentation, and I look forward to everybody's comment.
Great. Thank you so much.